Welcome back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and we are back yet again for yet another NECA Toys video. This time we're heading over to the Archie Comics TMNT Adventures realm of the whole Ninja Turtle madness with a look at the fairly brand new Mondo Gecko. Very happy to have this figure. His art palette definitely matches his comic book counterpart with some gorgeous packaging artwork by Ken Madman Mitchroney. The backside shows you all the nice photos of what you can do with this figure, and here's everyone involved with the creation of said figure, so thank you very much for that. Here's the barcode. He's been out for a little bit. We're kind of playing catch up for the whole 2024 year, but rest assured, it's a very cool looking figure. Now, in terms of TMNT Adventures, Mondo Gecko was originally an action figure, but in the comic books for this, what we're talking about, he debuted in the issue number 18, of which Mondo Gecko was just a regular human. He was a rock star wannabe with a girlfriend named Candy Fine, and unfortunately they came across some foot soldiers. He got doused in mutagen, and because he has a pet gecko, luckily enough, he turned into a gecko man, Mondo Gecko, and he lives happily ever after with his best friends, the Ninja Turtles. But in the meantime, it's still one of the worst page turns I've ever had in my life reading comics. This is going to be an absolute blast. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is a look at the fairly brand new, from the NECA Toys Archie Comics TMNT Adventures series, Mondo Gecko Esquire. And if you're still here and you weren't traumatized by the mutanimals in hell, here's everything taken out of the packaging. Bright, colorful accessories like his cup, which you see at the very end of his debut comic. It's kind of like a, we'll just say, a fast food restaurant cup. Could be anything. But he does come with a guitar. It's nice. It's actually really well detailed, very nicely painted, from the struts to the strings to the other parts of a guitar. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but you get the idea. The best part is, with all the extra hands, he holds it nicely so he can jam out on your shelf. Now we just need a Candy Fine action figure to impress. He also gets his little pet gecko. For some reason, I thought that this gecko had a name. Perhaps I'm thinking about other iterations. I believe in the 2012 series, his pet gecko was named Lars, but here's his gecko that mutates him. But what's really cool is that you can situate him, just like in the comics, right on his shoulder so he can show up to all the band practices. He also comes with a sweet purple skateboard. It does have a peg on there, which you can situate him with or without it. He actually stands really nicely. The tail does have a nice counterbalance. You can have him shredding, holding the cup, whichever you'd like. And I like that they kept the graphic, of which, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, it's a little bit of foreshadowing. You have the manta ray with a skull and the electrical effects, and oh my god, it's happening again! Just can't get away from it. All the wheels spin. It's a very well done purple skateboard. You also get every single hand under the sun. He can throw up some devil horns. He can do the cowabunga. It's a nice touch. I like all the extra hands with him. But the actual figure itself, when I think about Mondo Gecko, of course, the original Playmates version, sure, but in terms of a design for a comic book and how I really think about this character, it's always going to be the Archie TMNT Adventures. And they've really detailed him out, from the sculpt to the paint. Everything is vibrant. Everything is gorgeous. It is very, very well done. All the scales. It is not a bendy wire tail this time around. I kind of like it. It kind of changes things up, but it has all that artistic black line work that really resonates with their comic book lines. The hair is nice. The face is fantastic. That is what is the epitome of the Archie TMNT Adventures. The braces, all the scale line work. It just really works. It doesn't get too muddled. And later down the road, I would love to see some sort of head portrait pack for the Archie Adventures, because those drawings just have so much life to them. The eyes go every which way, the mouth, tongue sticking out, things of that nature. That's what is the epitome of the Archie TMNT Adventures. And of course, like I said, yes, it's kind of like a twofer, in the sense of you get the original looking design for the Playmates, but this is wholeheartedly the Archie Comics version with all the extra articulation that you could want to allow Mondo Gecko to do all his gecko-y things. Now, of course, myself being a huge Archie TMNT Adventures fan, I love the Mutanimals. It was a very short-lived comic book run, as you may or may not know, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, yeah. But we're nearly there. We do have Leatherhead. However, we're going to need an updated Leatherhead, more in his traditional gear. This one being the Stump Wrestling. You can see why they released this version first. But from Jaguar to Man Ray, Leatherhead, and of course Dreadmon, now to add Mondo Gecko, we are nearly there. And for that, to say we're getting the Mutanimals, when I was a kid and I had the Playmates versions, we never had Jaguar, we never had Dreadmon, so it was always kind of like, oh man, they're off on another adventure. I got to think of a different storyline for my headcanon. But yes, we are nearly there, and I could not thank NECA Toys enough for making these toys. Now, if you saw my New York Comic Con footage, we are getting Wingnut, which is amazing. He looks spectacular up close and in hand, and we are also getting his partner Screwloose, but we just have to wait a little bit longer, you Plankton Chips. In the meantime, though, if you have Slash, he could be the honorary member for your Mutanimals. Again, if you read the last days of the Mutanimals, you would know what I'm talking about. And coming soon, I will have a full fleshed out video looking at everything NECA has done for the Archie comic series thus far, so stay tuned for that. So that's going to wrap it up for my quick look at the brand new-ish from the Archie TMNT Adventures line by NECA Toys, Mondo Gecko Esquire. I absolutely love what they did with this figure. I don't think a lot of people really resonate, especially now. I get it. It's very, very far off. It's a retro nostalgia line at this point. When I talk about this line, when I talk about Ninja Turtles in general, everyone have their own idea of what the Ninja Turtles are. For me, it will always be a little Mirage, a little cartoon, but I will always stick with the Archie TMNT Adventures. These are the action figures, the characters I have always wanted to see made. Because back then, believe it or not, TMNT was few and far between. Nowadays, it's everywhere. Every iteration under the sun being made. We are living in a golden age, sometimes to ad nauseum for TMNT Toys, but never forget, NECA Toys, they put TMNT back on the map. Everyone else kind of followed suit and was like, oh, we can do them too. There's a gold standard here that no one besides NECA has been able to accomplish. Everyone who works on these lines, everyone at NECA knows their stuff, and it shows. Very rarely do I ever say, oh, this is wrong, or oh, that. No, they gotcha. They know what they're doing. We are in good hands when it comes to NECA Toys making anything Ninja Turtles, and for that, I will be eternally appreciative. So, you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything TMNT Adventures, and I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, now we just need them to get to Cuddly the Cowlick, Skull and Bean, Mr. Null, Maligna. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.